Join me in welcoming Dr. Zelda Council. Hey, Zelda, how you doing today?
Good, Mr. Steve. How you doing today?
I'm doing really good, thanks. First off, just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do in the world.
Okay. I'm a registered dietitian. I am a chief of nutrition for the VA hospital, but my private life, I like to coach and teach people about AI so that we can optimize our businesses in the nutrition world. And I'm not good at talking about myself, but I just love, helping people make sure that we're ethical in the world when we deal with AI. And the main thing is I've been doing nutrition for over 20 years as a dietitian. I'm a integrative functional health practitioner, and I have a doctor's in education. So I love to educate and just lead people to better outcomes in whatever they need in the nutrition
Nice.
or in their businesses.
So, it's great to have a nutritionist on because I've always wanted to ask this question. What really is good nutrition? I mean, you hear so many different arguments and so many different things. Is there actually a real definition for what good nutrition really is?
Well, to me, it depends on the person because everybody is an individual. And so when you're providing coaching or information about nutrition to people, it depends on where they are, what they need. Excuse me. And good nutrition is balanced meals, trying to get 3 meals in a day, making sure you get enough water. Definitely, enough. So I follow U.S. Guidelines and making sure that your plate is like half vegetables and maybe fourth of, the other half is divided between your starches and your protein. You try to eat, balanced meals. The main thing is that you do not overindulge in sugar and salt and fat. Those type of things lead to nutritional related diseases. So those are the things that I always mention. And if somebody's having, you look at your blood work, that's where the individualization come from, is looking at where you are as an individual and just applying all the different guidelines that determine if you're eating good.
Perfect. Okay. So, and then we moved into this whole world where we've got AI and everything. Um, if a person doesn't know what they're doing and they just asked, we'll say Chat GPT or any other AI program, you know, how can I eat healthy today? Would we get good responses from them, or do we need to understand what we're asking it in order to get something good back?
Well, Chat GPT will usually guide you, and it will tell you, the different things. If you say, what is a good protein, it will tell you. And I think that is really good. To answer that question, Steve, I made a custom GPT that helps with meal planning. And what it does is it does not give medical advice. You should not take medical advice from ChatGPT. You should still take your medical advice from your dietitians and your doctor. But ChatGPT will give you general information and help you understand things like what is a carb, what is too much salt. It would tell you. But the thing about it, you cannot take medical advice from ChatGPT because sometimes it will get it wrong. It's best to go to a dietitian or a doctor. So,
That makes total sense. And the AI prompts and the systems that you've created, you're really creating more for dietitians and nutritionists and people like that to be able to use to help their people. Is that right?
right. So when you're using Chat GPT or any other AI tool, you're going to be the expert still. You just try to get the information that you need. It helps you get your information quicker to your patients without burning yourself out. Excuse me. And yeah, so I am building for the entrepreneurs, the dietitians, the doctors, anybody that want to use ChatGPT in their business to help them optimize and get faster results on research or just a meal plan for a client. It takes a lot of time and energy to build a diet plan for somebody, and ChatGPT makes it a lot easier for you to get it done.
So you, as the dietitian, would go in, enter all the specific information about that particular client and kind of your goals, and then along with the prompts that you've created, it'll help put out that diet or that.
That information, yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
you
well, that's nice.
yes, yeah, you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I was just gonna have you explain it more to us. So you like put in the person's height and weight and age and those kind of things first to be able to help define that. Is that kind of how it works?
Right, you height, weight, and height, weight, and you get the BMI, and then you determine if they're overweight or within weight limits or obese. And then you take that information and you calculate, like if you do it yourself, you would calculate the calories, the protein, the fluid intake, the how much carbs they would need, and then you will build a plan based on those metrics, and then you teach the client how to follow that diet or that diet metrics to make sure that they will not get too much fat, or they teach them about eating good fat, what the right carbs to eat, the amount of sodium to take in, because sodium leads to high blood pressure and other ailments. And then the too many carbs leads to diabetes, excuse me. And then you have the too much protein, it messes with your kidneys and other things. So you have to have the right amount of different macronutrients to make sure that you're, going to be healthy for the long run, because that's what it's all about today, being healthy so that way you can enjoy all the money you make.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you specifically, like I said, you wrote the book specifically for nutrition and health entrepreneurs. What is one thing that you're finding that they really need to understand in order to effectively really be able to embrace AI and use it in their practices?
So in the book, I talk about different tools. Starting off with the tools can be overwhelming. You can have too many tools. You can have get expensive. So in the book, I taught them to look at the basics, understand the basics, learning them, walking them through to make sure that you're not open. It can get overwhelming. Just explaining it sometimes can be overwhelming to somebody. So the book is a roadmap that shows them from day one, what should I do in AI? What should I look at to optimize my business in AI and to be ethical? You have to be ethical when you're doing this. So the tools that I put in the book are starting off free, and then it advances to the advanced levels where they can use AI and still be within, their budgets, because the tools can get expensive, like I said. The roadmap map teaches them, okay, I'll use chat, and they have different plans that you can use to help you. And that what happens when you use tools or have too many tools, spending too much money on tools, which is what happened to me. For 2 years, I used AI and I had so many tools, I got overwhelmed. And I was like, wow, AI is growing really fast. And my field needs to know about this because we will be left behind. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll just put this book together. I started off with just a magnet, a lead magnet. I was like, this is huge because you can't just get a tool if you don't know how to use it. You have to know what to do, what prompt to use, because the prompts are important. And then the output, making sure that it's ethical for your client.
That
And
makes total
also,
sense.
you got to know that AI is not going to replace you. AI is there to help you because a lot of people fear that AI is here to take over. There's no way AI can do our job, but it can make our jobs easier.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah, I mean, so specifically speaking, because I know you said you worked specifically with the VA, are there specific things that you're finding you are needing to embrace with helping the military community specifically that that you want to talk about?
Well, in the VA, we there's a lot of is embracing AI, but they have the government side of it. You have to use the tools that the VA use. My tools I use is on the outside of the VA, but it's the same tools as they have OpenAI. And right now the dietitians are learning to use AI in the VA and the doctors as well. They're using it to take notes and stuff like that. But everything is ethically done and controlled.
I totally love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and people can get the book today for free, Whole Health Living, a complete framework for nutrition and health entrepreneurs, guide to AI systems, tools, and prompts. What's next? What are the things that you're helping people with, coaching people on? What else are you doing in the space?
Well, actually, one of the things that I'm working on now is a micro app with the book, so that way it can guide them through the book, so that way you won't get lost. A lot of people, I know myself included, you buy a book and then it's like, oh, this is overwhelming. But I want to make a micro app is going to be with this book and in the near future, and then it's gonna be a volume 2, and it's going to show other stacks of tools that they can use and also expand on what we're doing in the book. There's going to be webinars, training, group discussion. Anybody that wants to embrace AI, this book will help them because it's a 90-day roadmap inside of the book. There's the tools, the links, there's the cost of what it costs, and it tells at what point in their businesses they will need those tools. So having that book will be a training course. There will be a volume 2, and then it's just going to grow as AI grows, because every day AI is changing and it's moving really fast. So we're going to try to keep up with AI with that book and other books.
I love it. Well, again, the book is called Whole Health Living, a complete framework for nutrition and health entrepreneurs, guide to AI systems, tools, and prompts by Dr. Zelda Council. Zelda, thanks so much for writing the book, for all you're doing in the world, and thanks for being a guest with us here on the show today.
Okay, thank you.